The central law of all wholesome life is reciprocity, mutuality.
Have you ever done a small favor for someone, like holding the door or sharing a helpful tip, only to find that kindness circling back to you when you least expected it? Picture this: you're at work, overwhelmed by a deadline, and a colleague steps in to lend a hand, remembering how you once covered for them during their tough week. Or think about a time when you listened patiently to a friend's troubles, and later, they became your biggest supporter in chasing a dream. These moments aren't random coincidences. They tap into something deeper, a hidden force that shapes our connections and opportunities. It leaves you wondering, what if there's a universal rule guiding these exchanges, turning everyday actions into life-changing cycles? Today, we'll uncover the law of reciprocity. At the end, we'll explore the real success story of Dale Carnegie, a story that truly embodies the law discussed in this video. If this sparks curiosity or reminds you of your own experiences, subscribe now to join our community discovering timeless wisdom. Like the video if you're ready for more inspiration, and comment below, what's one act of giving that came back to you? Let's build this conversation together.
Introduction to the law. The law of reciprocity is one of those timeless principles that quietly governs our world, often without us even noticing. At its core, it's the idea that what you put out, whether kindness, effort, or even negativity, tends to return to you in some form. It's not magic. It's rooted in human psychology and social dynamics, where people naturally feel compelled to respond in kind to what they've received. Why does this matter? Because it touches every part of our lives, from building stronger relationships to advancing in our careers and finding inner peace. Think about your own experiences. As a young adult navigating career uncertainty, you might share knowledge with peers, only to gain mentors in return. For those in mid-career, juggling work and family, offering support to a partner could foster the balance you crave. And for mature adults reflecting on legacy, giving wisdom to the next generation often brings contentment and lasting connections. This law connects us all through common human threads, helping us create more fulfilling paths. By understanding it, we empower ourselves to act intentionally, turning potential pitfalls into opportunities for growth and harmony. The essence of the law of reciprocity boils down to this: what we give freely often returns, creating a cycle of mutual benefit. Its profound influence extends across personal growth, societal harmony, and even global interactions, proving that generous actions echo back with amplified power in our lives. How the law operates. Let's dive deeper into how the law of reciprocity really works. You know, it's not just some feel-good idea. It's a fundamental force that shapes our interactions, backed by logic, philosophy, and even psychology. Think of it as the invisible thread connecting our actions to the world around us. We'll break this down step by step, starting with its logical foundation, then moving into how it plays out in your daily life. I'll keep it simple, relatable, and packed with examples so you can see it in action. First, the logical foundation. Philosophically, this law echoes ancient wisdom from thinkers like Confucius, who taught, "Do not do to others what you do not want done to yourself," a twist on reciprocity that promotes harmony. In Western philosophy, it's similar to Kant's categorical imperative: act in ways you'd want universalized. But let's ground this in science too. Psychologically, reciprocity is wired into our brains. Studies from social psychologists like Robert Cialdini show that when someone gives us something, a favor, a compliment, even a small gift, we feel an innate urge to give back. It's called the norm of reciprocity, and it's evolutionary. Back in our hunter-gatherer days, cooperating meant survival. If you shared food with the tribe, they'd share tools with you. Today, it's the same principle. Our brains release feel-good chemicals like oxytocin during positive exchanges, reinforcing the cycle. Now, consider nature as a perfect example. Look at ecosystems. Bees pollinate flowers, and in return, they get nectar. It's a balanced give and take that keeps everything thriving. Disrupt it, like with pesticides killing bees, and the whole system suffers. Society mirrors this. In economics, Adam Smith's invisible hand relies on reciprocal trade. You provide value, customers pay, and economies grow. But when greed takes over, think of scandals like Enron. Trust breaks and reciprocity turns negative, leading to collapse. Psychologically, it's about mirror neurons in our brains. When you smile at someone, they often smile back because their brain mirrors yours, creating empathy and connection. Okay, pause for a moment. Take 5 seconds to think. Can you recall a time in nature or society where this balance was evident? Good, let's build on that. Shifting to human application, this is where it gets practical for you. In relationships, reciprocity is the glue. Imagine you're a young adult, say 25, feeling lost in career uncertainty. You reach out to a mentor for advice, sharing your own insights on a trending topic. They reciprocate with introductions to opportunities. It's not transactional, it's building trust. But if you only take, always asking for help without offering value, people pull away. For mid-career folks around 40, juggling work-life balance, it's about emotional intelligence. You listen to your spouse's day, really empathize, and they do the same, easing that constant tug-of-war. Ignore it, and resentment builds, leading to isolation. In your career, this law is a game-changer. Picture this. You're in sales, and instead of pushing hard, you offer genuine help, like free resources to a potential client. They feel obligated to respond, often with a deal. Research from Harvard Business Review backs this. Companies that prioritize giving, through employee perks or customer loyalty programs, see higher retention and profit. It's resilience in action. When you give during tough times, like mentoring a junior colleague amid layoffs, it comes back as loyalty when you need support. Emotions and mindset tie in deeply. If you're battling anxiety, a common pain for many in our fast-paced world, practicing reciprocity can shift things. Start small. Compliment a stranger, and watch how their positive response lifts your mood. Psychologists call this the helper's high. Giving boosts serotonin, reducing stress. For mature adults, say 60+, building legacy means sharing wisdom with grandkids. You teach them life skills, and they reciprocate with fresh perspectives, bringing contentment. But go against it, hoard knowledge out of fear, and you miss that fulfilling exchange. Let's make this interactive. Mini challenge. Right now, think of one person in your life. What could you give them today? A kind word, time, or help. Jot it down mentally. Delving further, reciprocity isn't always immediate or equal. Sometimes it's delayed, like planting seeds that grow later. In spirituality, many traditions see it as karma. What goes around comes around. For Americans, with our emphasis on individualism, this law empowers personal achievement. You invest in self-improvement, like learning a skill, and the world reciprocates with opportunities. But beware the dark side. Negative reciprocity exists too. Yell at a coworker, and tension escalates. It's why emotional regulation matters. In psychology, there's the concept of social exchange theory. We weigh costs and benefits in relationship. Healthy ones have balanced reciprocity, fostering resilience. For young adults facing job hops, building networks through genuine giving creates a safety net. Mid-career? It enhances work-life harmony by encouraging mutual support in teams. For elders, it cements legacy through community involvement, like volunteering, which often returns as respect and purpose. Examples abound. In U.S. society, think of community potlucks. Everyone brings a dish, and all enjoy the feast. Or crowdfunding. You donate to causes, and when you need help, others step up. It's woven into our culture of philanthropy, from Bill Gates' giving pledge to everyday GoFundMe campaigns. To wrap this section, understand that the law of reciprocity operates on intention. Give authentically, without expecting immediate returns, and it amplifies. Force it, and it backfires. It's logical, psychological, and profoundly human, empowering you to create positive cycles in your life. Real-world applications and impact. Now that we've unpacked how the law of reciprocity works, let's talk about where it shows up in your real life and the massive impact it can have. We'll focus on key areas like work, relationships, health, emotions, and even spirituality, places where this law truly influences outcomes. I'll compare those who embrace it with those who don't, using everyday US examples to make it hit home. Remember, this is about building resilience, achieving more, and embracing individualism by choosing actions that echo back positively. Start with work. In your career, reciprocity drives success. If you're a young adult in your 20s or 30s, dealing with job uncertainty, applying this means networking with give-first mentality. Share articles or introductions on LinkedIn and watch opportunities flow back. Maybe a job lead or collaboration. Those who know and apply it rise faster. They build alliances, get promotions, and create resilient paths. But ignore it? You become the taker, always asking for favors without reciprocating, and doors close. Think of Silicon Valley startups. Founders who mentor others often get investor reciprocity, leading to unicorns. In contrast, cutthroat competitors who hoard ideas face isolation and failure. For mid-career adults balancing work and life, emotional intelligence shines here. Offer flexibility to your team, like covering a shift, and they reciprocate with loyalty during your family emergencies. This fosters balance and reduces burnout. U.S. stats from Gallup show workplaces with strong reciprocity have 21% higher productivity. Go against it, demand without giving, and resentment brews, leading to high turnover and stress. Now, relationship. This is huge for all ages. In friendships or romance, giving attention and support creates deep bonds. As a mature adult in your 50s to 80s, sharing stories with family reciprocates in their care, building legacy and contentment. Young folks might give vulnerability in dating apps, leading to genuine connections amid loneliness epidemic. Appliers enjoy fulfilling ties. Ignorers face superficial or toxic ones. Example: in American communities, neighborhood watches thrive on reciprocity. Help your neighbor, they watch your home. But in divided areas, lack of it breeds distrust. Health ties in closely. Physically and mentally, giving back improves well-being. Volunteer at a local food bank, and the social connections reduce isolation, a big issue for seniors seeking contentment. Studies from Mayo Clinic link acts of kindness to lower blood pressure and stronger immunity. For those with anxiety, like many mid-career pros, practicing reciprocity through support groups builds emotional resilience. Ignore it, and negativity loops worsen health. Think chronic stress from one-sided relationship. Emotions are another key area. The law helps manage feelings. Positive mindset? Affirm others, and affirmations come back, overcoming negative thoughts. For young adults, this builds growth mindset amid failures. Midlifers gain emotional intelligence, handling work conflicts with empathy that reciprocates. Mature viewers find peace by forgiving past hurts, inviting harmony. Those who apply it feel empowered and resilient. Opposers stay stuck in grudges, amplifying pain. Spirituality rounds it out. Whether through faith or mindfulness, reciprocity aligns with universal principles. Give gratitude to the world, and contentment follows. In U.S. culture, church communities exemplify this. Tithe or serve, and spiritual support returns. Appliers find purpose. Ignorers feel empty. Comparing the two sides. Knowers and appliers thrive, they achieve goals, build resilience, and live individually empowered lives. Ignorers or opposers suffer. Missed opportunities, broken ties, health dip. Real U.S. example. During the 2020 pandemic, communities that shared resources, masks, groceries, recovered faster, showing societal impact. Individuals like teachers who give extra time get student loyalty, contrasting with those who don't and face disengagement. Emotionally, this resonates because we've all felt the sting of unbalanced exchanges or the joy of mutual giving. It empowers you to choose better. Story of a great individual. Let's bring the law of reciprocity to life through the incredible journey of Dale Carnegie, the pioneering self-help author and lecturer who transformed millions of lives in the early 20th century. Born in 1888 on a modest farm in Maryville, Missouri, Dale grew up in poverty during America's rapid industrialization, a time when the country was shifting from rural simplicity to urban ambition. His family struggled financially. Floods often ruined their crops, and young Dale worked odd jobs like tending pigs to help out. Despite the hardships, he was determined. He rode a horse to attend State Teachers College in Warrensburg, graduating in 1908, but his early dreams clashed with reality in a nation valuing rugged individualism and achievement. Fresh out of college, Dale faced crisis after crisis. He tried sales. First packing house products like soap and lard for Armour and Company in South Omaha, then trucks in South Dakota. But he bombed. Rejections piled up. He couldn't connect with people or close deals. Broke and disillusioned, he moved to New York City in 1911, chasing acting dreams at the American Academy of Dramatic Art. That flopped too. Living in a YMCA room, scraping by on pennies, he hit rock bottom at age 24. No money, no prospects, and a deep fear of public speaking that mirrored the insecurities many of us feel today, whether you're a young adult anxious about job interviews or a mid-career professional dreading presentations. Here's where the law of reciprocity sparked his turnaround, even if he didn't name it that way at first. In 1912, desperate for income, Dale pitched the YMCA on letting him teach a public speaking course. They agreed reluctantly, paying him $2 per night. But Dale didn't just lecture, he gave first. He created a safe space where students, mostly businessmen, could practice without judgment. He listened intently to their fears, praised their efforts genuinely, and showed real interest in their stories. If a student stumbled, Dale reciprocated vulnerability by sharing his own failures, encouraging them to build confidence. This wasn't manipulation, it was authentic giving. Students felt valued, so they opened up, practiced more, and improved dramatically. Word spread, his classes filled up. Dale applied this principle unconsciously at first, but it became his superpower. He realized people crave appreciation and understanding. In relationships, he gave smiles and remembered names. In return, he built lifelong alliances. Psychologically, this tapped into reciprocity's core. Give respect, get loyalty. For his career uncertainty, like many 20-somethings today, he invested in others' growth, and opportunities boomed. By the 1920s, his courses expanded nationwide. The results? Explosive. In 1936, he published How to Win Friends and Influence People, distilling his reciprocity-based principles. Become genuinely interested in others, talk in their interests, make them feel important. The book sold over 30 million copies, becoming a bestseller during the Great Depression when resilience was everything. Dale's Training Institute grew into a global empire, teaching emotional intelligence to leaders. From a failed salesman earning peanuts, he achieved financial freedom, influence, and a legacy that outlived him until his death in 1955. Mid-career folks can relate. His methods helped balance professional drive with human connections. For mature adults, it's legacy building. Dale gave wisdom freely, receiving admiration that brought contentment. What lesson do we take? Dale embodied reciprocity by leading with generous value, praise, empathy, encouragement, and the world reciprocated with success beyond his wildest dreams. It proves that in America's spirit of achievement, giving authentically fuels resilience and opens doors you never knew existed. As we transition to the heart of this law, let's carry Dale's story as proof that what you sow in others blooms back to you. Timeless wisdom, the core message. In the grand tapestry of life, The law of reciprocity whispers this eternal truth. Give from the heart without tallying the score, and the universe will conspire to return abundance in ways that enrich your soul and strengthen your path. This wise teaching reminds us that true power lies in generous exchange, fostering resilience, harmony, and a legacy of positive impact for generations. Now, let's pause and turn the lens inward. It's your turn to reflect on the law of reciprocity in your own story. Take a deep breath. What if you audited your daily interactions like a balance sheet? Ask yourself, in my career, have I been giving value to colleagues or mentors, or mostly taking advice without return? For you young adults navigating uncertainty, think about that networking event. Did sharing a resource lead to unexpected alliances? Or did holding back create missed chances for resilience? Rhetorical question. What small act of kindness today could ripple back tomorrow? Mid-career friends, juggling emotional intelligence and work-life balance. When was the last time you truly listened to a family member without distraction, inviting their support in return? Ignore this and isolation creeps in. Embrace it and harmony flows. For mature viewers building legacy and seeking contentment, how has sharing life lessons with younger ones brought unexpected joy or wisdom back to you? Observe your relationships through this law's eyes. Notice patterns. Where reciprocity thrives, fulfillment grows. Where it's absent, friction arises. Mini challenge. Over the next 24 hours, perform one intentional give. A compliment, help, or ear to listen, and journal what returns. No expectations, just observation. Share in the comments. What's one area of your life begging for more reciprocity? Let's reflect together, building community and insight. This isn't about perfection. It's about awareness, turning pain points into growth opportunities. As we wrap up our exploration of the law of reciprocity, I want to say a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me on this journey through Timeless Wisdom Official. You've invested your time here, reflecting and growing. That's reciprocity in action, and it means the world. My heartfelt wish for you, may you give generously in your pursuits, whether building career resilience, nurturing relationships, or crafting a meaningful legacy, and watch as life returns waves of achievement, peace, and connection. You're capable of so much, embrace this law, and thrive. Stick around for more evergreen insights in upcoming videos on universal laws, personal growth, and life philosophies that empower your holistic development. We've got stories, lessons, and strategies tailored for every stage of your path. If this video sparked something in you, clarity for uncertainty, balance for chaos, or inspiration for legacy, subscribe now to never miss out. Like if Dale's story resonated, share with someone who needs this reminder, and comment your key takeaway or that mini challenge result. Let's keep the positive cycle going together. Until next time, live wisely.